All right, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. Now, after Alex Pereira's victory this last Saturday over Jan Blachowicz, in all likelihood, we will be getting Jiri Prochazka, the former light heavyweight championship, facing off against Alex Pereira for the vacant light heavyweight championship, okay? Ever since we found out that Pereira was going to be moving up to 205 pounds, I have been very bullish on him. I have said that I thought he could knock out Jiri Prochazka. I said that I thought he would knock out Jamal Hill. I said that Jan Blachowicz would be his toughest test on the feet by far, and if he were to fight Magomed Ankalaev, he might have some problems just due to the grappling, okay? Magomed Ankalaev's busy fighting Johnny Walker, so we don't got to think about him right now. We got Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira, and I think that Alex Pereira is going to knock out Jiri Prochazka with a head kick, and I'm going to show you why. Jiri Prochazka, extremely exciting fighter. I like the dude. He seems cool. I like the whole samurai bit that he does, okay? But he's also a little eccentric, right? Like, I'm coming. He sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger sometimes when he's doing these Instagram videos. But his defensive capabilities, for me, are just not there against a guy like an Alex Pereira. His movement is very strange. His style is very awkward, but he creates a lot of openings where if you were fighting a guy like a Dominic Reyes or a Glover Teixeira, pardon me, who might not be able to capitalize on it because striking is not... Like, Dominic Reyes is a good athlete. He's explosive and he's, he throws hard and shit like this. Dude didn't grow up kickboxing, right? Glover Teixeira, obviously, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. While he's got heavy hands, he is not really a striker. Like, he can strike, but that's not his bread and butter. Against a guy like against a guy like an Alex Pereira, my bad, dude. All these openings that you create that maybe these guys can't capitalize on, Alex Pereira's capitalizing on these, okay? And it's not going to be fucking nice. I'm going to show you a few moments in this Dominic Reyes fight where I think that Alex Pereira would absolutely capitalize on this. I'm going to show you a couple of moments in the Glover Teixeira fight where I think Alex Pereira would absolutely capitalize on this. And I'm also going to show you why I think he will. Because there's a particular knockout that I'm thinking of from Alex Pereira's kickboxing career where the movement that created this head kick was not even close to as exaggerated as the movement we get from Jiri Prochazka. So Jiri Prochazka is going to be dipping into that fucking right leg way more than the guy that Alex Pereira KO'd with it, okay? So here we are at 4 minutes, 45 seconds of round number 1 with Jiri Prochazka and Dominic Reyes. Before we get into this video, like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, bro. Here we are. Jiri Prochazka's entries is what I'm looking at here, okay? And I get that Dom Reyes is a southpaw, and I'm going to go over why I think Yuri's doing this in a second, but I'm going to tell you why I think it could cause problems against a guy like Alex Pereira, okay? So, Jiri Prochazka right here. Dom Reyes feints a leg kick. Yuri backs away, resets, and then we get this straight right hand. And I don't know that it lands. It's hard to tell due to the angle of the camera, obviously. But Jiri Prochazka, look at his face peeking out behind Dominic Reyes' back like fucking peekaboo, dude. Dude, this is technically like a defensive maneuver that he's doing, right? He's getting his head off the center line, and not just that, he's severely exaggerating his head movement towards and away the power side of Dominic Reyes. He's going towards Dominic Reyes' right side because Dominic Reyes southpaw, obviously left leg, left hand are his power weapons, so he's getting away from that. The only problem is, against a guy like an Alex Pereira, you got to pick the lesser of two evils, I guess. Like, I don't fucking know. You want to get away from his right hand, or do you want to get away from the left hook? Do you want to get away from his right high kick, or do you want, like, do you know what I mean? Or do you want to get away from the switch knee? Dominic Reyes is not the kind of guy to throw up a fucking knee right here. You know what I mean? Alex Pereira is. Also, Dominic Reyes, coming off of a brutal knockout that Jan Blachowicz dished out to him, is probably a little suspect of his own chin. You know what I mean? And he seems to be fighting very cautious in this fight. I know Jiri Prochazka's obviously got power, but every time he kind of comes forward, Dominic Reyes is cowering away. No, not cowering might be too strong of a word. He's getting his hands up, and he's not looking for counters, okay? You know, there's a few moments where he does, but oftentimes he's just trying to get away. Alex Pereira's not going to do that. His eyes are always open. He's slipping, he's rolling, he's blocking, and he's looking for a counter. And I do believe he will find it, okay? This right here, that is an easy right leg head kick from Alex Pereira if he were to ever dip his head that way, or a flying switch knee, which we have seen him do both in the same fight. You know what I mean? So, And I'm going to show you guys that later, why I think that it's relevant. But it's just something that, against Dominic Reyes, you're trying to get away from his power side. Fine, I can understand that. But against a guy like an Alex Pereira, I might have just said that dude's name twice. I don't fucking know, dude. But either way, that could potentially be extremely dangerous, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to skip ahead a few seconds here. 4:27 on the clock. We see him do it again, man. Big dip this time, though. Big dip. Very exaggerated. Everything he does is exaggerated. Right hand dips off to the side. Now, I get it. He's trying to get away from the pullback left hand. You know what I mean? Dom Reyes could potentially counter that right hand with the pullback left. Alex Pereira's... Bro, with Dom Reyes, you got to worry about one or two weapons. You know what I mean? Alex Pereira is dangerous with his limbs in any which way, shape, or form. The guy has so many tools that he can resort to. And right here, you doing something like this against Pereira, I feel like you catch a knee to the fucking chin. Do you know what I mean? We're going to skip ahead another 20 seconds. Okay, here we are. We see this dude do it again, man. This is just something that... And he didn't do it as much against Glover Teixeira, which is strange. Maybe it was just strictly for the southpaw stance of Dominic Reyes. Or maybe he didn't really fear the power that was coming back his way against Glover Teixeira. But it is a habit. Right hand, dip down, away from the power side. Dom Reyes isn't even looking to counter. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't really necessary to be doing these exaggerated movements to get out of the way. Dom Reyes is covering up and backing up. You know what I mean? We're going to skip ahead. Here we see dude take he almost takes a full-on fucking knee, dude. Like as if he's at a certain protest. You get me, okay? Dude's been hanging out with Colin Kaepernick or some shit, because we see him. Good head kick from... See, Dom Reyes can throw head kicks. Alex Pereira's head kicks are way faster. Way faster, and I'll show you that later. And Yuri Prochazka just getting one hand up there because dude fights with his hands down all the time. Literally all the time. Alex Pereira was able to land that head kick against a guy who doesn't do that, who just slips slightly. Again, I'll show you that later, but here we are. I want to see this knee that Jiri Prochazka takes for whatever flag he is representing, okay? Like, you know what I mean? You don't... That's so exaggerated, bro. Yes, you pivot off the back foot. You want your weight on the front foot. You're twisting all the shit, like... He's throwing the right hand correctly, technically, in a way, right? But it's exaggerated to the nth degree. You do not need to almost take a fucking knee. Look at that. He literally almost takes a knee. You know, he's off balance, bro. That's not combat ready. Look at this. Just that sends him off balance. And then he's able to get away from the counter right hand of Dominic Reyes, which is good. But again, Alex Pereira's going to have his fucking long Brazilian legs flying at your face if you're doing shit like that. And Jiri Prochazka... Aside from the submission that he caught on Glover Teixeira in round number 5 after a failed scramble on Glover's part, after Glover was dead tired after a 5-round war, okay, you have to go back 9 years, at least, to find a submission from Jiri Prochazka. So, it's not something that he typically likes to do. This dude's not going to, he might try to grapple against Pereira, right, because he's going to be feeling what he's like on the feet, but, man, also, keep in mind, dude, he utilizes all this crazy movement. Imagine what his calves would look like right now if he was fighting Alex Pereira. They would be welted and red. He wouldn't be able to switch stances as much. He wouldn't be able to get out of there as quickly as he just did, even though he was in a completely strange position that caught him off balance. Like, there are things that Pereira does that these other guys don't do that I think are going to cause serious problems for Jiri Prochazka. We're going to skip ahead 5 seconds here, okay? Dom Reyes lands a good straight left with almost no setup whatsoever. And I just keep picturing Alex Pereira's jabs on Jan Blachowicz just popping Jiri Prochazka over and over and over and over and over again, okay? Over and over again. Just... no setup whatsoever. Just explodes into it. And the thing about Dominic Reyes is the guy can throw hard for sure. Every single thing, though, you can see the wind-up. Like, you can see it coming. And I get that I'm in half speed right here, so you can see the tells a little easier. But even in real time, like, it still gives you a split, couple milliseconds or something to be like, oh, and then move. Whereas Pereira's shit, pardon me, sneaky as fucking all get out. Dude's going to create setups to land what he wants to land. It's not going to be this simple and basic. And that lands straight on the chin. You know what I mean? Now, it lands, Dom Reyes' arm is like fully extended, so he's not getting all of the power of it. But just imagine, if he's landing a straight left naked on Yuri Prochazka like that, imagine Pereira's jab just popping him in the face all damn day long. We're going to skip ahead a minute or so here. Here we are, 2:08 on the clock, okay? Dom Reyes, keep in mind, hurt, breathing heavy, and on the back foot. And I want to take a look at this head kick that he throws here, because I can just imagine if it were Alex Pereira. Rolls under Yuri, shots. Yuri's on the hunt now because he thinks that Dom's hurt, and he is, to be fair. He's bloodied and battered. Here it comes, right? You can actually see the foot, the end of the foot lands kind of right here behind the ear. He gets one arm up. His left arm is almost going, like, bro, Alex Pereira's switch kick, if you can't think of one, well, I'm going to show you one later. But the one that he threw against Adesanya, and I think it was round 2, at the end of round 2, in their first MMA fight, it was like that. Do you know what I mean? And he might be a little bit slower at 205, but not by much, and not compared to other light heavyweights. So that naked head kick, he slips out of the way of the follow-up shot, which is good. That naked head kick from Dom Reyes, where there's a big wind-up, big tail from the backside, and you partially block it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to show you why I think Pereira's going to be able to sneak this shit in. But I'm going to skip ahead now just a little bit here. Here we are, 1:39 on the clock, okay? Something else I noticed. While he holds his hands very low, and this reminds me of what Dricus du Plessis said about Robert Whittaker, while he holds his hands very low, he doesn't block the body as well. You'd think your hands are right here. It wouldn't be too bad to... too hard to block the body, but his hands are just kind of in like fucking no man's land doing whatever they want. Now, he does manage to block it a little bit, like it kind of goes off forearm area, but Dom Reyes angled that upwards a bit, and it definitely lands. Like, you could see the impact on that. And Pereira's kicks, again, way sneakier, way faster, and he'll go to the body a couple times, and then he's going to go upstairs. Dominic Reyes, again, while he's explosive and stuff like that, he's not really a sophisticated striker. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit now. 34 seconds on the clock. Okay, Yuri gets away from a right, kind of like a hook. Starts off as a straight, and then Dom kind of loops it around, like as if he's throwing a fake jab and then loops it. And I just can't stop imagining what Pereira's going to do to this man when they get into striking distance, okay? Right here. Now he just gets out of the way of that. But that is a slower Dom. Like, Dom Reyes is not as fast as Pereira. He's not as educated. He doesn't see the openings quite as well. He's not setting shit up. He's just landing shit because Jiri Prochazka isn't really defending himself all that much, man. He just doesn't really give a shit. You know what I mean? And 3 minutes into their fight, Jiri Prochazka is not going to be able to move the way that he moves. Alex Pereira will fuck his legs up, okay? He will fuck them up immediately. Now, the way that he exits, I actually like. The way that Jiri Prochazka exits from an encounter in the pocket or an engagement or whatever, the way that he backs up and angles off slightly. He's not cutting a big angle where you could run into a left high kick or something. He backs up first and then angles off. And against a guy like an Alex Pereira, I think that's going to be useful, because if you do angle off a little too hard, he'll whip up a kick, he'll whip up whatever the fuck. Okay, so now we're going to take a look. And also, dude, Jiri Prochazka could attempt to grapple if he wants to. We just watched Alex Pereira defend a choke with his back taken fully, body triangle, all that shit against Jan Blachowicz for like essentially 4 fucking minutes. You know what I mean? So I'm going to show you guys just a couple moments in the Glover fight, and then I'm going to take a look at the reason why I think Alex Pereira will catch this head kick, okay? All right, here we are. Jiri Prochazka versus Glover Teixeira, which I understand he ultimately won this fight. It was a very hard-fought battle, very fun fight. But he was struggling with Glover Teixeira on the feet in multiple moments. And I'm going to show you actually Jiri Prochazka visibly showing everybody that he's frustrated with how this fight's going and how the striking engagements are taking. Like, he looked literally frustrated. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But here we are at 4:48 on the clock, okay? Even Glover Teixeira sees it, man. And he does have... Alex also has the luxury of both of his opponents now at light heavyweight, potentially, have fought his coach. Do you know what I mean? And maybe Alex Pereira was the one that said, throw up this head kick, because Glover Teixeira You know, he's not the kind of guy to whip up a head kick in the way that he does here. And he does it naked. You know what I mean? He's not setting it up really. And he just throws it. And while it doesn't land, right? Yuri just gets his hand up in time. His right hand is nowhere to be fucking seen. So this is a bad defensive habit from Jiri Prochazka. He blocks head kicks with one arm. And I'm going to show you why that's a fucking problem. Imagine that kick coming from an Alex Pereira instead of a 40-year-old Glover Teixeira who is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu... Fucking what, dude? Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert. Okay? Anyways. I keep seeing it. In my... Like, there's no way he's not going to get caught with a head kick. Here we are. 4 minutes, 5 seconds, okay? He lands a good jab here. But there's a problem with how he does it, in my opinion, obviously. You know what I mean? And I would imagine, if you were to ask, like, traditional kickboxing coaches, traditional boxing coaches, traditional whatever, if you were to show him, like, a silhouette of Jiri Prochazka so that they weren't able to see that he's in the UFC and was a fucking champion, they would be like, what is this guy doing? You know what I mean? So, good jab. But look at, dude, the right hand is bugging me, bro. What are you doing? You going into your pockets? You know what I mean? I don't get it. It's nowhere to be seen. You don't think Alex Pereira's going to fucking line up a counter left hook with that shit, bro? Come on now. Come on. We're going to skip ahead to round number 2. All right, here we are, 4 minutes, 30 seconds, round number 2, okay? And again, I see him being open for a left hook count. Like, you got... I can understand guys who fight more like karate style or taekwondo style, a little more traditional martial arts, leaving their hands down the way that they do, okay? When Stephen Wonderboy Thompson enters the pocket with somebody, he gets his hands up. Now, he does slip out of the way of a lot of shit, but he's a lot smaller than Yuri. First of all, he's faster. He's been fighting that style forever. And we've even seen it cause problems for him. You know what I mean? Not very often, but it does. Your right hand should be right fucking here, dude. Like, Glover doesn't have the reach or the capabilities on the feet, with all due respect, to throw a counter left. But Alex Pereira absolutely fucking does. Do you know what I mean? He's just... Jiri Prochazka's not defensively responsible. I think that's the problem for me. You know what I mean? And then we're going to skip ahead here just 5 seconds. And when he's doing this shit, bro. Do you have any idea how explosive Alex... Like, I'm going to show you guys. I keep fucking saying it, but I'm going to show you. Alex Pereira is extremely explosive. This is literally giving him... Like, huh? Dude? Glover Teixeira's not going to throw a flying switch knee. You know who will, though? Alex fucking Pereira. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead a few more seconds. That's too much. Back we go. Okay. Now, this left hook from Glover just misses. And again, Glover's got shorter arms. He doesn't have he's got a pretty small reach compared to his height and other light heavyweights, right? Man, there's no fucking way Alex Pereira doesn't knock this dude out. Right hand to the body. And comes over the top of the left hook. And I'm going to show you. I know where he learned that shit. I know where he learned that shit. Okay, I'm going to show you that in just a minute. If that was Pereira, though, he doesn't lunge in the way that Glover does because he's used to throwing shit like that. It's natural to him. He doesn't need to lunge in his entire body to try and land a straight right to the body and then come up with a left hook. He's going to be proper, balanced, good posture, you know what I mean? I'll fucking show you that. I keep saying it, but I'm gonna, dude, okay? And then look at the way Jiri Prochazka exits here. It might be hard to see, a little small on the phone. He literally shakes his head in frustration and then resets. He's having frustration, visibly, in the striking department with a 40-year-old Glover Teixeira, okay? So, now I'm going to show you the exact knockout from Alex Pereira's kickboxing career. I'm going to show you 2, actually, because there's 2 potential ways he could do that. First of all, that combination that Glover Teixeira threw to the body and then came over top of the left hook. I'm going to show you that knockout. But then I'm going to show you what I think is going to happen, and I think that it is going to be a head kick. Okay? Now, I'm going to get to that in just one moment. All right, here's Alex Pereira versus Ertuğrul Bayrak. Okay, very good kickboxer. This is for the middleweight championship that Alex Pereira was defending. This is one of his more recent kickboxing fights, like one of the ones that maybe in the last 3 or 4 before he fully transitioned to MMA. And that combination that Glover Teixeira just about landed on Jiri Prochazka. We see Alex Pereira do it here in absolutely savage fashion. I remember watching this live. Okay, he has beaten the brakes off this dude already. And keep in mind, these guys got big fucking kickboxing gloves on to block these shots. You know what I mean? They don't have 4-ounce gloves that they're blocking with one hand. These are full-on kickboxing gloves. This guy is shelled up, essentially. And we see right here, right hand of the body, left hand over the top, perfectly clean on the chin. Look at Alex Pereira, man. This is the perfect left hook. Now his elbow's a little low. He kind of came up from like a shovel. You want to see it a little tighter up, or a little higher up, pardon me. But fucking who am I, dude? You know what I mean. And then bro's dead. He died. Alex Pereira killed the man. Okay. That combination is the one that we just saw Glover Teixeira throw against Jiri Prochazka and just miss, pardon me. But like I said, Glover Teixeira, striking is not his number one. Like, it doesn't come natural to him. He lunged in with a big body shot, sloppily came over the top of the left hook. Let's take one more look at this. Alex Pereira, perfect posture, right? Combat ready position, right hand of the body, left hook over the top, in absolutely perfect perfect technique. Okay, not off balance even a little bit, not rushing in. He's not lunging. He probably taught Glover Teixeira that combination. He probably saw that it could be landed on Jiri Prochazka, and I do believe that it could be. And he literally killed that man. That man died. Okay? This misinformation that he did, but he looks like he fucking did, okay? Now, there's one more KO from Pereira that I want to show you guys, so hold on 1 second. All right, now, I am sure some of you have seen this knockout. This is one of Alex Pereira's most famous knockouts. For context, this is Jason Wilness, dude. This is one of the best kickboxers on the planet, or was, pardon me. He's probably a little older now, obviously. I don't even know that he still kickboxes, but dude's got wins over Joe Schilling, 2 wins over Pereira, a win over Adesanya, a win over Simon Marcus. These are fucking cream of the crop kickboxers in glory, okay? Jason Wilness is incredible. He is defensively responsible. His hands are up, high guard, okay? Watch what Pereira is able to do with just a little fucking movement from Jason Wilness, man. And then remember the movements that we see from Jiri Prochazka, the extremely exaggerated dips, all this crazy shit, okay? Jason Wilness reacts to a feint from Pereira here, and it is the death of him, okay? The death of him, truly. Right here. He goes to parry something. I want to go back. I think I missed it. I wish it was a little bigger or better quality, but it is what it is. He kind of lunges with the right hand. Wilness goes to parry his right hand. Alex Pereira is not throwing a right hand. That was a feint. So Jason Wilness is off center line a little bit, going to parry with the backhand. His hand is up there. Yet Pereira sneaks it in. That's behind the glove. That's literally on... His glove is there. I don't know how the fuck he snuck that in, but he did. Okay? And it's incredible. And that was off of just a little movement to that side because of a feint that he threw. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking dangerous. He is dangerous, man. Right here. Feints the right hand. Left hand comes down. Wilness goes to parry the right hand that is non-existent with the backhand, slips slightly to the other side. He goes to throw a leg kick of his own, not realizing that Pereira is following that up with a head kick. His right hand is there. Jiri Prochazka's is not. His right hand is there. Jiri Prochazka's is not, and he's wearing fucking kickboxing gloves, and Pereira still sneaks that shit in behind the glove. Look at that dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, bro, it's incredible that Wilness got up from this. And then we're going to see how he finishes it off. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before. This is one of the best kickboxers on the world. This guy is extremely defensively responsible. He's got decision wins over like Adesanya and Simon Marcus. He's not knocking him out. He's technically outclassing them on the feet. He's getting counted in, cut open from that head kick, okay? And then as soon as we come back, he's already got a high guard, but it's a little too wide And Alex Pereira says, I want to put my knee right there. Bro, are you kidding me? And then here you go. Dude, Alex Pereira has got more bodies than King Von. This dude's out here fucking catching bodies all over the place. What is going on? I mean, bro, dude's covering... It don't matter. And now think about Yuri Prochazka moving the way that he moves against this shit, right? Simon Marcus, just a little... Doesn't even dip into it. Gadoosh, dude. Gadoosh. Alex Pereira's fucking Alex Air Alex Poeton. I don't know. It's incredible, dude. And I just keep picturing the way that Jiri Prochazka moves, and it's unsettling to me. Not that I truly want Alex Pereira to win, actually, because I think that would be incredible. He would be a 2-division Glory World Champion simultaneously. Comes over into MMA, and in what, a matter of 8 fights or something along those lines, he's gets 2 belts in the UFC in 2 different weight classes. You know what I mean? I know that the higher weight classes are a little more shallow. Still extremely impressive. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. And again, I know Jiri Prochazka is awesome. Fun as fuck. Dude is not defensively responsible. Jason Wilness was. The last guy that we saw, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It's some fucking Turkish shit or something. Defensively responsible. It don't matter. It don't matter. That right hand of the body, left hook over the top, could potentially land for Pereira because it basically landed for Glover Teixeira, and Glover Teixeira does not throw it the way that Pereira throws it. Also, that head kick that he sneaks in there, even though Wilness has a full-size kickboxing glove up. You know what I mean? So, this is why I think Alex Pereira is going to knock the fuck out of Jiri Prochazka. No disrespect, I love Jiri Prochazka. Okay, I like samurai shit, you can clearly see. So, these are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are fucking stoked about this fight as I am, because I think it's going to be absolute fireworks. I think it'll be a lot more exciting than the Jan Blachowicz fight, just because Jan Blachowicz actually will wrestle if he needs to, you know what I mean? So, anyways, like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. See you at the next one. Bye-bye.